right, let's watch the trailer for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Not the whole thing, though. I don't want us to get a YouTube strike at some point. Huh?
Nope! I'm wrong. I'm in charge.
Allow me to clarify.
Oh, God, no.
Gotta go fast.
What did you do? Make it stop, make it stop. So that looks really bad. Man, between this and that Power Rangers movie, 90s nostalgia must feel like one continuous kick right in the balls, huh? Anyway, this looks bad all around, but also bad in weirdly specific ways. Like 90% of what seems to have gone wrong here, you can sum up with the word studio notes, like meaning whatever the idea was, at some point it got changed into that because a producer or an executive or marketing team had an idea that the people making the movie had to find a way to fit in, whether it was going to work out or not, which is usually what happens on these things. But in this case, it looks like there were only studio notes, as in, I'm having trouble imagining there was ever a base movie here outside the standard, let's have the animated character we licensed to sell dolls of get followed from one place to another place by the bad guy alongside whatever B-list sort of famous actors we find to be in this template from every other goddamn movie like this for them to have piled these suggestions onto. I almost wonder if every bad kids movie idea anyone suggested at Paramount over the last couple years just got kicked over into this eventually as a way to get rid of them. Oh no, you're right, Bill. Cartoon animals should have terrifyingly human teeth for no reason. But you know, the Nickelodeon people have some crazy idea that people should still like SpongeBob after the next movie, right? So, hey, why don't you try it out in the Sonic movie? Sega does not give a what we're doing to that thing. I mean, look, I have an animation pet peeve about this thing where they just put realistic fur and skin textures on 3D models but still animate them like full-on cartoons instead of something that has joints and muscles and a skeleton, because it makes them look actually more fake than if he'd just been a full-on cartoon or just, you know, put a kid or a short guy in a puppet suit. Like, seriously, is anyone gonna argue that the Jim Henson people could not have put a better-looking Sonic together than this? I mean, the 90s Ninja Turtles look better than this. Yoshi from the Mario Brothers movie looked better than this. Hell, Howard the Duck looked better than this. The duck, anyway. But every design decision here is wrong. Why is he proportioned like a full-sized adult person but shrunken? Why is his head tiny? Is it just lazy motion capture modeling? Why do the eyes look like just two different colored parts of his skull that are smooth instead of eyeballs? That's worse than the big Cyclops thing from the games. Why did they give him white furry hands instead of gloves, but he still has to wear the I know it's because they're gonna try to sell the f***ing sneakers. And if you're gonna go with the realistic fur thing, why is it still styled into the big pointy stalks? That's not... Hedgehogs don't have a mane. They're Erinaceidae. They have quills or spines, really. The point is, the points on Sonic are a cartoon exaggeration of an animal with spines. He already doesn't look much like Sonic. You could have just given him blue spines. That's probably a better design. It would look like, you know, long hair or dreadlocks or something. Although with dreadlocks, then I guess he'd just look like a blue Knuckles. Wait, is Knuckles in this? Oh god, they're gonna do a Ugandan Knuckles joke, aren't they? But it also looks like he does have the spines anyway, because I guess that's what's going to turn Jim Carrey from regular person Dr. Robotnik into the Dr. Robotnik from the games, and I guess they're calling him that instead of Dr. Eggman, which, okay, fine. Oh yeah, and hey, Jim Carrey's back, and it's been long enough since he did this whole thing that enough people probably forgot how tired they got of it. Yay.
In a sequentially ranked hierarchy based on level of critical importance, the disparity between us is too vast to quantify.
I'm not even sure what the aesthetic here is. Like, what are they selling? Who is this for? Like, at least those first two terrible Smurfs movies, you knew what the general thinking was. Oh, they're in New York with Neil Patrick Harris, so clearly they're shooting for older millennials who remember the Smurfs cartoon, but now love him on How I Met Your Mother. But who is being pitched this? I mean, Sonic is kind of recognizable as himself still, and it's one of the only major nostalgia properties in video games that actual children are still pretty big on, sure, but he doesn't look cuddly. Like, he looks like a weird ropey dog toy. I don't see tons of kids demanding the Build-A-Bear version of this thing. All the action scenes kind of look like pre-Bumblebee Transformers, you know, i.e. stuff audiences stopped being into like 5 years ago. And why is the trailer music Gangsta's Paradise? Seriously, that's the weirdest goddamn thing about this. It makes no sense. That's not a fast song. It's not a song about hedgehogs. There's no strong association that I know of between the two, and it's not a fun, upbeat action trailer song. It's the dark, tragic rumination of a young man hardened by a life of poverty and crime, admitting that he hates his life but is also resigned to being unable to escape from it because of crushing societal forces beyond his control.
Death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life, do or die. What can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things is going, I don't know.
I mean, Sonic's whole thing isn't gangsta, he's punk, and he's not even really punk. He's like Bart Simpson, Dennis the Menace, slingshots, and spray paint little kid punk. I don't even remember typically associating Sonic with classic 90s hip-hop, despite coming from the same era, but is that it? Is it a, hey 90s kids, remember Sega, Jim Carrey comedies, and top Google search result for popular song 1995? Also, they've definitely killed this song with this, right? Like, for a while, the joke with Gangsta's Paradise was that it was super overplayed in the 90s because, oh crap, my generation got old early. It was attached to this not that great movie called Dangerous Minds that I feel like people don't remember nearly as well as the song, which blew up way bigger and was like the biggest track that year, that couple of years probably. And Weird Al did a parody and Coolio's label got mad about it and it was this whole thing. But like, this has probably done it for what was pretty much the legacy song for Coolio other than Fantastic Voyage, right? Like, Gangsta's Paradise is now the terrible Sonic trailer song, because you know now every time they do a movie with either a talking animal or a video game character, someone's gonna take the trailer, recut it to Gangsta's Paradise, and that'll go viral because everyone will get the joke that it's, haha, oh yeah, right, like that awful Sonic movie. Oh man, now I feel bad for Coolio. Anyway, yeah, that's what I think about that whole thing.